Being alone, content, happy with oneself, and self-coherent is the best state of life. In the storms of life, sometimes it is lonely and long, sometimes it is short and rushed. But if you see through it, understand contentment, be spiritually enriched, enjoy yourself, you can find tranquility amidst the noise, and rediscover yourself in solitude, thus finding the meaning of life, expanding the breadth of life. Mata once said, "A person's soul can only see its clarity and brightness in solitude. Only then can one envision the sharpness and vitality of life." Solitude is freedom. It's self-improvement and growth. It's the process of contemplating life and exploring the true meaning of existence. It is the best way to please oneself and to find a harmonious way to get along with oneself. You are your own relative, lover, friend, confidant. Walking alone is like walking with many. Those who are inwardly enriched can find richness and satisfaction in solitude. Mr. Yang Jiang also said that when you have seen the four seasons and witnessed the wind and clouds, you realize that inner calm and composure are the true scenery. When you have seen the world and observed all beings, you find that inner courage and confidence are the true experience. The world is yours. Life is also yours. If you do not take the initiative, who can live for you? Only by loving yourself can you receive love from others. In the end, life is about getting along with yourself. In your own world, be at ease and serene. Therefore, the best state of life is being alone, content, happy with oneself, and self-coherent. 1. Being alone is one's pure joy. Schopenhauer said, "Whoever does not love solitude does not love himself." When a person is alone, that is when they are truly themselves. Solitude is pure joy. It's a rich tranquility. It's a journey of the soul and the ultimate beauty and enjoyment. Give yourself 1 to 2 hours of solitude each day to cultivate your heart and enrich your inner self, and be your truest self. In solitude, you can be free from external interference. Freely daydream. Explore the origins of beauty. Read. Enjoy tea. Learn from the ancients and learn from the famous. The more you read, the more stable your mindset becomes, not easily disturbed. Those who enjoy solitude can better realize their own pursuits, not influenced by the chaotic external environment, returning to their inner self, pursuing their true thoughts. When the Curie couple got married, their reception room had only 2 chairs and a dining table. Seeing their home too empty, her father planned to send a set of furniture, but Madame Curie disagreed. Her husband suggested, "Let's add 1 more chair, so it won't be awkward when guests come." Madame Curie still refused. The more guests, the more time spent chatting. In her view, adding a chair at home would require more energy for socializing and entertaining. She preferred to spend more time on scientific research, focusing on her research during solitude. It was because of high-quality solitude that she discovered the elements polonium and radium and won the Nobel Prize twice. Without quality solitude, this would have been impossible to accomplish. At 19, Mu Xian decided to go alone to the mountains to write, living in an old house in Mogan Mountain. The nights in Mogan Mountain were extremely cold, with bone-chilling mountain winds. Despite this, he persisted in getting up early to read during the day and writing by candlelight at night. One day, while writing, he heard something scratching at the door. Upon closer inspection, it was a tiger, scaring him into a cold sweat. This also made him a target of ridicule among the villagers, a young master learning to live alone in the wilderness. But Mu Xian ignored them. In one winter, he wrote several thick manuscripts. At 23, Mu Xian voluntarily resigned, returned to the familiar Mogan Mountain, focused on reading and painting. After 6 years of reclusive life, he descended the mountain with over 100 short stories and countless ink paintings. Those who enjoy solitude always gain strength from it, finding the direction they desire and achieving inner peace. In solitude, you can also daze off, watch the blue sky and white clouds, listen to the wind brushing against the windows, and feel the beauty of nature. Walking in the mortal world, the most beautiful is pure joy, serenity, natural simplicity, humility, and introversion. Solitude is a necessary path to maturity, a ladder to enhance one's abilities. Those who enjoy solitude can better understand themselves, clarify their direction, and climb higher peaks. 2. Only by being content can one be constantly happy. The Tao Te Ching says, "Contentment brings no disgrace. Knowing when to stop brings no danger, so one can last long." A person's desires, if only pursuing money or power, can never be satisfied. Without satisfaction, one cannot be happy. After experiencing life's ups and downs, you realize that ordinary, peaceful, and simple life is the best. Gains and losses, successes and failures, honors and disgraces are not important. What matters is to walk slowly at your own pace, enjoying a simple and stable life. Hu Jiuxiao, a famous philosopher in the early Republic of China, lived in Jiangxi. His family was very poor. To support his family, he taught students during the day and often farmed to till the land. In the evenings, he tutored his son, day and night. But despite these difficulties, Hu Jiuxiao often burned incense and prayed at night, thanking heaven for bestowing upon him a simple blessing. His wife mocked him. "Life is so difficult. Drinking vegetable porridge every day, what blessing is that?" But he smiled and replied, "There is no war around us. It's a peaceful era. How fortunate. Moreover, our family is together. We have food, clothing, and shelter, and everyone is healthy. How can this not be considered a blessing?" Although Hu Jiuxiao's family was poor, through self-reliance, he achieved a modest living, with a positive mindset influencing those around him. He persevered in his ideals, studied hard, and eventually became one of the renowned philosophers. Writer Wang Shuo said, "The similarity of life on the surface depends on the richness of people's inner world. One with a rich and abundant inner world can live positively in adversity and grow from it." Master of Heart Studies Wang Yangming. At 28, he excelled in exams and entered officialdom. At 35, he angered the emperor by rescuing someone and was ordered to be flogged and exiled to the undeveloped Longchang in Guizhou. Many officials, upon arriving at the desolate farm, either became decadent and melancholy or felt that the locals were backward and different from themselves, thus being wary. But Wang Yangming, despite being in adversity, remained calm and unperturbed, not saddened or depressed by his exile. On the farm, he tidied up his house and humbly asked the locals how to farm, integrating himself among them. At the same time, he did not forget to continue improving himself, sitting quietly every day, burning incense and reading. With a calm and magnanimous mindset, Wang Yangming endured the low point and eventually achieved enlightenment at Longchang, establishing his new school of thought. Those who understand contentment can often remain happy. Their hearts are satisfied and at peace, unaffected by external hardships. Constant happiness brings no worries. With a content and positive attitude, live well in the present, unafraid of future storms. To understand contentment is to understand happiness. 3. Self-enjoyment is the best version of life. Self-enjoyment is appreciating oneself, accepting imperfection, living as your own light. Growth lies in establishing a life framework not dwelling on the past, accepting reality, and looking forward to the future. Udan said, the key to growth is for oneself to establish a life framework, expanding one's mind, enlarging one's life framework, not being confined by emotions, not being confined by people, moving forward lightly, standing high and looking far. Those who enjoy themselves enrich themselves, improve themselves, are self-sufficient, stable in happiness. Self-enjoyment includes having one's own hobbies, be it tea drinking, playing musical instruments, or engaging in calligraphy, chess, painting, and playing the zither. This is a quality of life, rejoicing and pleasing oneself. In this life, first enjoy yourself, then enjoy others. Making yourself happy is an ability. Bringing joy to others is a wisdom. Yang Tianjin did not have a beautiful figure or a dazzling face, describing herself as an ordinary person, with an ordinary appearance, family background, and education. Many attacked her for her figure and looks, but she did not strive for perfection, willing to accept herself, and confidently stated, "It doesn't matter, as long as I'm comfortable." She once posted a video on Xiaohongshu titled, A Ordinary Girl's 20 Years. In this short 90-second video, she showcased her growth, starting an entertainment company, enrolling in Peking University, launching plus-size women's clothing, and writing books. This ordinary yet extraordinary girl did not live within the labels others placed on her, but continuously broke her own limits, radiating confidence. Those who are self-coherent can calmly accept their shortcomings, give up comparing themselves with others, and find their true selves. Helen Keller, though blind and deaf, did not complain about not being like healthy people, nor did she give up on her dreams. Instead, she followed her teacher to learn Braille diligently, using her strong will to convey her thoughts to the world, and eventually wrote the masterpiece, The Story of My Life. The Catcher in the Rye says, the greatest internal consumption of a person is not letting oneself go. The ultimate enemy of life is oneself. Defeating oneself means defeating everything. From now on, stop striving for perfection. Leave some gaps in life. Let go of focusing and expecting others. Leave life and love to yourself. Do not indulge in the past. Do not hesitate repeatedly. Say goodbye to internal consumption. Take positive action. When you are self-coherent, your life will surely be free. Self-coherence and inner seeking, gentle yet firm. Yang Zheng said, no matter what level of life you reach, there are people looking up to you from below, and people looking down at you from above. When you look up, you feel inferior. When you look down, you feel proud. Only by looking straight ahead can you see your true self. In this world, you make yourself happy. You convince yourself. You do not need others' approval. Wang Engshi's on Rites and Music says, the sage seeks inwardly, while the common people seek outwardly. Those who seek inwardly enjoy their nature. Those who seek outwardly enjoy their desires. Give up external clamor. Enrich the inner self. Become better. Lin Qingxian said, being unstained by dust is not being without dust, but letting the dust fly as it may, while I remain my own sunshine. Be a person who is gentle yet firm, clear about oneself, knowing not to rely on others, having one's own opinions and ideas, being gentle and strong on a firm foundation. The best state of life is being alone, content, happy with oneself, and self-coherent. Yang Zheng said, we once yearned for the waves of fate, only to find that the most beautiful scenery in life is the calmness and composure of the heart. We once longed for external recognition, only to realize that the world is one's own and has nothing to do with others. A person with an enriched heart does not fear leaving the clamor of the group, but can more keenly perceive the joy and beauty in life. The ultimate in life is simplicity and tranquility. Simplicity leads to happiness. Desirelessness leads to freedom from entanglements. May we all enjoy solitude. Be content and not greedy. Be happy with oneself and self-coherent. Be a person who is strong inside, gentle and firm, unaffected by external disturbances, passing each day with ease and serenity. Life to the fullest is simplicity and tranquility. Maturity in life is simplifying complexity, maintaining a childlike heart, returning to innocence, finding tranquility in solitude, happiness in contentment, joy in self-enjoyment, and strength in self-coherence. May you and I find our rhythm in the storms and live a brilliant life in the years. The best state of life is to be a person who is enriched inside, content, and free.